Welcome to the Judith TV show. Form today's hottest celebrity relationship gist, secret romances exposed, shocking breakups shaking the internet, and couples everyone is talking about. Which gist do you believe? And which is just hype? Stay tuned for more. Welcome to the Judith TV show.
Hello, dearies. This video is going to be as short as possible. Welcome to my channel, the Judith TV show. My name is Judith. As you all know, I want to make this video. First of all, I'm going to address two issues. First of all, is to this man that is, I think his name is Ken, Palace of Justice. Yes, I think that's his page name. His content is quite entertaining and quite comic. I must say, I enjoy his content, especially where he wears something like it's supposed to be a weave on, but that is more like a sponge and all that. So um, he's good at that. You will just laugh and then ease tension and everything. But to that Ken, I like to say to him, I don't know whether you're going to come across this video, but if you do, Ken, I like to say to you, yes, like I said, your content is quite entertaining and comic, but there's something I just want to point out because I saw a woman that was crying profusely, saying that you mocked her. I think she has second infertility. She has a child that is about 7 or 9 or so, a girl, and since then she hasn't had another one. And then I don't know, I don't know the video, or I didn't watch the video that she was referring to, that you mocked her, that she's barren, she has not given birth or something. And then she was now crying and all that. When I saw that, I was really touched. And I said, okay, not that I am, the best or something, but that's why we're humans, and that's why we are all on the social media for one reason or the other, whatever is our niche. So, but I like to say to that Ken, Mr. Ken, Palace of Justice, please. I think it will be more like it, if you are careful about what you say to people. I don't think it's proper for you to mock somebody based on life's journey. Everything about our lives is decided by God. Okay, what we're going to become, what we're going to have, and so on and so forth. It's just God, that decides that. That is his exclusive decision. So when you are now mocking somebody, probably you don't have a child, you're not married, you don't have a house yet, those kind of a thing. It now looks as if it is God you are indirectly mocking, since you know that every good thing comes from Him. I saw the way the woman was crying. In fact, the woman was even placing a curse that you're going to get married, but you won't have your own children. And don't forget that the word of God says that a causeless curse shall not stand, but a curse that has a cause stands. So when I saw that, just that her tears alone, and then she now started placing that course and all that, I said I'll make this video. If it will be, you consider it reasonable enough, for you to, like, trace out who that woman is if you know her, and then talk to her. Okay, apologize to her, really, really apologize to her, and then if it is possible, just pray for her, and then ask God to, like, bless her with the fruit of the womb. It will go a long way for that thing to be lifted off her, because she was really, really pained. She was really, really hurt by whatever thing you said. Like I said, I didn't watch any video where you said a thing like that, but such a woman cannot come out and be crying and be accusing you, without you saying something like that, right? So I just want to believe that it's a kind of a mistake in the process of presenting your content, your usual content and everything. Maybe you must have slipped by saying such things, so I think it will not be out of place if you could just reach out to her, apologize to her. It's not just a phone thing. You private chat her, and then except if it's not I don't know where you are based, except if it is not possible for you people to meet physically. But if it's not possible for you people to meet physically, but based on the fact that probably you're based on different cities or whatever, then you can now call her or send her a message, a private message, okay, detailing, the fact that you are sorry about that and all, I think it will go a long way, right? And then praying for her, that kind of a thing. That woman should be your elder sister, so to say. If it is your biological elder sister that is in that condition, you wouldn't mock her. So please don't mock her, and especially something that you know that it is God's exclusive. Aha. It's really not her. Maybe you don't know how the effort they have made. You don't know how they have tried, to like, for her to become pregnant again, and then it didn't work out, or it has not yet worked out. It doesn't mean that it will not work out. Everything is in God's hands. So that's why I'm like, I think it will not. It will be proper and will not be out of place if you could reach out to her and apologize and pray with her. Recall the other man, I think at Palma TV or so. I even made mention of him when I was talking about Elabeye's father and all that. Or was it May Duce, one woman that said that May is a greedy woman or something? I can't remember either of the videos, So the man, we also the video where the man was beating you even when you knelt down and was apologizing and all that. So you could tell that you were not doing, because if you had tried to like resist him or something, it will now look as if what you're doing is intentional. That's why I said maybe in the process of presenting your content, you slipped by saying such things and everything, because the way you knelt and was apologizing and begging the man shows that you are remorseful about what you did. But to this other woman, I want you to do that, because if that man, being a man, could react like that, one of the things you say to a woman who hasn't had a child that will pain her to her bones is when you mock her and tell her that you're barren or something, as if it's her fault, because you don't know the efforts they're making, to have a child, okay? So I think you should do that. Thankfully, the other man, a palmer of a man, said he has forgiven you, and he now said that it was the same thing you said about his child, that passed. I don't know when. I think it's a son that passed that you said the same thing and everything. So that's why I'm like, try as much as possible not to like, be using something that is more of natural, something that you know that is in the hands of God, to use it to mock somebody. It's not, if it is that the person came, he didn't dress well, he combined blue and red and green and yellow and all that, hey, those kind of things, or something that people put out on the social media for you to air your opinion and all that, even though I think your own is skit making and all that. But at the same time, please watch it. If it's going to be difficult for you, you can try the method of trying to write out what you're going to say, go through them and find out that there's none that is offensive before you play. But I know that you have been on Facebook for quite some time, so I don't think you don't know what to say, except if that is going to help you. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But all I'm trying to say is that you can't do that of our palm, and the way the man reacted, and you're still doing it to this other woman. I don't know when this other woman's own happened, whether it was after that man's own or something. But by all means, please try and find out who she is, reach out to her, apologize, and then pray with her, okay? That's my humble opinion, and that's my humble suggestion, and I think I am not out of place, right? Okay. That said, let me now use this opportunity to reach out to the Nollywood family and the biological family of Alex Ekubo. It was quite a sad one. It was quite a sad one to see such a young man full of life all of a sudden. This guy is just gone like that. Story has it that he has liver cancer for years and all that. I think since 2024 or something, when he was diagnosed with that, and then he has been battling that, because I recall that for some time, I've not seen him as he used to be on the social media posting things and all that. He's a bestie to Ike Obonna. Sometimes you could even mistake them, are they from the same parents or something, they're quite close, and then This news just broke out and everything. So this is from Judy TV show team extending our condolences to the Nollywood family and to the immediate family of Alex Ekubo, that is his biological family. Please, may God console you all, and then may his soul rest in peace. Okay, Alex. Um, death came calling, and then we can't question God. When he created you, he didn't take permission from us. I mean, your fans now, he didn't take permission from us before creating you. So if anything happens, in all things we'll give him thanks, because he knows why. No matter how hot we are, no matter how sad the news is to us and everything. So once again, to the Nollywood family, our condolences, and to the biological family of Alex, our condolences too. I think there was a time he got involved with, what's the name of this other lady, and then at the end of the day, things didn't work out. I know I did 1 or 2 videos on that and everything. So, despite the fact that it didn't work out, I think she also, be part of the people that we can condole. So, dear sis, I condole you on this sad one. May God heal all grieving hearts, and then give you people the fortitude to bear the loss. Like I said, it's quite sad, but then it has happened, it has happened. So, that's our condolences from Judy TV show to you out there, and then yeah, that's just all about to condole with the family. Okay. I saw a video where somebody was saying, one man, a kind of a mockery prayer, where he was telling God that there's somebody that is claiming stage 4 cancer, and then this other young guy that is our favorite and everything. Oh God, if it is possible, can you just take this one that you said is in stage 4, and then leave this one for us and over? I say no, he hasn't come to that, but all the same, his passing was quite a sad one, to be honest, just at 40 or even 41, so young and all that. Anyway, in all things we give God thanks. That's what the Bible said we should do. So once again, I condole with his fans, his friends, his family, his loved ones, whoever, that needs to, be consoled. We extend our condolences to each and every one of you, and may his soul rest in peace. Amen. So guys, that's all I have to say in this video. Please, as usual, share your comments with me at the comment section, especially on that of Palace of Justice, and also leave a message of condolence to either the Nollywood family, to his biological family, to his friends, to that lady that he was involved with at the time, and to any person that is related or associated with him. Okay, that would be wonderful, and that will not be a bad idea. Okay, from my fans, from my subscribers, to the family that joining me to do that. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. So guys, I'll see you people in my next video. Thank you so very much for always watching my videos. I know you're going to watch this one. Okay, thank you so very much, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now, dear friends.